I made little baby chick keychains. This is what the cross looks like with the flower and the leaves, and then obviously without. And then we have this little chick. This is like a little chunky little chick. This is how it's coming out. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I look a little crazy. I'm in my parents' room and I'm crocheting and watching TV. But anyways, by the title of this video, it's gonna be a little bit chaotic. So I decided to start, I guess, like a small business. It's gonna be crocheting. I also want to create like a coloring book, but right now I'm into the crocheting process a little bit more because I am making Easter items. So I'm going to take you along, kind of show you the plushies that I've made, the patterns that I've used, how I'm packaging them, how I'm trying to make my DIY stickers, DIY business cards, or not business cards, thank you cards. And yeah, just kind of that whole process. I'm just gonna let this video start. Currently, this is my setup because I am just crocheting on my bed. I have some Premier chunky yarn that I've been using primarily for the Easter stuff. I have some keychains over here because I am making keychains. I have like the little eyes and noses, some tools. I actually have this cup because I put whatever I cut off or what falls out of the yarn. Then I have this tutorial that I'm looking at right now because I'm making a baby chick in a bigger size. So I've made 2 yellow peeps, a purple peep, and orange peep, this little bunny keychain. These are just some of the eyes. And then I made little baby chick keychains. When I initially made it, it came out really small, and I learned it was because I did the pattern wrong, and I did it again last night, and I got these little 2 chunky little baby chicks. I am sitting on the floor right now, but I am going to show you some of the plushies that I've made. Some of them are already kind of packaged already because I bought some packaging and I wanted to see how everything kind of looked together. I'm going to show you, I have some of the plushies that are not wrapped because I still have to do some little finishing touches to it, but regardless, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the package as well. If I already mentioned that, I think I did. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I wanted to make some crosses, so I made some crosses, and they're gonna be in yellow, pink, and a lavender color. I'm giving the option for it to have like a flower, or if you just want it plain. This is what the cross looks like with the flower and the leaves, and then obviously without. So I'm giving options, whether you want it plain or with the flower. So that's one of the patterns that I did use. I also did, let's see, I did a little bumblebee, and I did this in a couple variations. I did this in a pink blue combination. I did a orange green combination, and then I also did a lavender with yellow combination. So I have these 3 bumblebees with these different colors. But also, before I get into it, I should probably talk about the packaging because they are in the packaging. So as you saw, I kind of just went the simple route, especially since I'm starting now. You know, this is like my first time kind of making everything in bulk and trying to sell it. So I bought some of like this plastic. I bought pink ruffling or ruffle or crinkle paper, and I also bought yellow. So there's a variation between those 2, and then we put some of the smaller items like this and then kind of puff this out. And then I bought some gold twists to close it up, and then I also included, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a paper back here. I included kind of like a warning or like a safety warning talking about the plastic eyes and noses that might be used for these plushies because they can be choking hazards, especially for kids 3 and under, so it's not recommended for 3 and under. So I did include that warning. This is kind of like the logo I came up with for myself, Creations by Yulissa. It's kind of my username and all that good stuff, and I created like the little image on Procreate. Still playing around with that. I am fairly new, but I really love how it came out. I'm gonna do the DIY stickers at home where you cut out each little logo, or in my case, I'm gonna cut out each logo and then put tape on wax or parchment paper. Then I put this logo on top of it, and then I put tape over that. And then you kind of make like your DIY stickers. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I've seen a couple TikToks with people doing that. So I'm gonna try that as well. And I'm gonna stick these in the front of the bag maybe. Not sure where exactly, because then I don't really want to cover the plushie, but we'll figure that out when I make the stickers. And then lastly, I have some thank you cards that I made yesterday on Canva. But I did print them out super small, but I couldn't redo it because I printed 4 pages all at once instead of kind of just printing 1. I am just gonna use them for now until they're wasted, until I use all of them up, and then maybe I can try to make it a little bit bigger. But okay, let's get back into the plushies. So I just show you the bumblebees. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but I did want to be able to make this video and kind of show you guys what I have been making. Like I talked to you guys about, I have these little baby chick keychains. This one especially came out small, like I mentioned, so I am gonna repackage this one and put in the little fluffier one. I really just want to say that I want to disappear because I just filmed me showing you guys the rest of the plushies that I hadn't showed you, and I did a whole speech at the end of this video, and for what? Because the button was not recording. I think the last thing I showed you was these little baby chicks, which I also made this little chubby bunny keychain. I think this one came out a little bit smaller because, or not smaller, it came out a little bit chunkier because I used a chunkier yarn, blanket yarn. So it came out a little chunky, but she's still a cutie. This is the cross that we talked about by the Stitching Shop in the lavender color. This one's for my friend, and she wanted me to add like a little yarn attachment so she can hang it in her car. But this is what the lavender cross looks like. We also have this little cute little carrot. It's not small. It is a little bit chunky, but I think it's a pretty good size. Then we have the peeps that I showed you guys from the beginning. This was actually the first peep that I created, and it was in this lavender color. This is what it looks like in the little packaging. Super easy tutorial. I literally made these peeps in under an hour, and I made 4 of them last night. And then we have this little baby chick in a shell. This is the pattern that I'm working on, that I was working on at the beginning of this video. This pattern does come out a little bit bigger because I use size 5 hook. Also in the video, the shell had bunny ears, but the way that I was sewing it, it wasn't coming out right, so I kind of just left it for a shell. And then the options for the shells were purple, green, and orange that I'm offering, so I thought that was super cute. Then we have the chubby bunny. This one's so cute. This tutorial was about 40 minutes, but I swear I like went through it super quick. It is super easy to follow. It has a little white tail, just a little chubby little bunny with little ears. I thought this was super cute. One of my favorite patterns too. And I'm offering this one in white, blue, and pink, but we shall see, because I think I'm offering so many colors that I'm gonna need more yarn. We shall see. And then we have this little chick. This is like a little chunky little chick. Did modify the bottom part to add more rows to kind of be more proportionate with the head. So mine's came out a little chunkier because I used the chunky yarn and I used a bigger size hook. But I think it came out super cute. I made popcorn stitches for the arms. I did attach that. I don't know if I want to make it a little bit bigger or keep it like that, but it's super cute. But I definitely want to learn how to make my own patterns. So it was kind of cool to kind of modify the bottom for the way that I wanted the chick to look. So I think that's a great start for the future. But yeah, we have this little chick. Hi, it's been actually a couple days. Sorry about my fan. It is on right now, so I might be making some noise. But I didn't finish showing you the Easter makes or the Easter items that I made. I think I was missing like a tulip and a bunny that I made, so I'll probably insert the pictures. But yeah, those are the 13 items that I made for Easter. Okay, it might be a little bit loud in here, but I'm trying to do my DIY stickers. So I printed them out here and I've been cutting them with like a white border. Couple days. I've done some crochet plushies. My cousin has a bakery shop and she told me that I can place some of my plushies there to see how they do and if people are interested, and I brought those there. And then I've been working on another project not related to the plushies. For the rest of the day I've just been crocheting a little mermaid tail for my cousin's baby. I previously did one for her, which I also have some video clips, which I might put in this video. I don't know yet. So now we have, this is what it's looking like. These are the two attachments that I threaded into this part. So now we have the full mermaid tail. This is how it's coming out. I did sew it on a little sideways, kind of ironically like the first one, but I don't think it'll be too noticeable. But I think it's super cute. It is smaller, so I think it's gonna be able to fit her a little bit better. Oh my god, I'm not even in view. And then I have the purple yarn that I'm going to use for her bra. It's currently 11:16. I didn't want to go to sleep, but I know that I'm going to want to sleep in tomorrow, and I don't know at what time they're going to pick this up. So I'm going to try my hardest to finish it tonight. Also, I have a fan in front of me that keeps making noise. I'm going to try to finish it tonight, and then all I have to add are like little pearls that I put in the first one that I made her around the tail, which I don't think will take too long. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm currently in my bed about to fall asleep, but tomorrow, if I remember, I will show you guys the end result. Yeah. Good morning. It is the next day and I finished putting the pearls on the outfit. So now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. I changed the top. I did it different because the original top that I did previously was not coming out right again. So I really like this one instead. But yeah, let me show you guys. Here's the tail. I added the little pearls. It looks pretty big, but it's actually really small. I previously put the pearls on the last one with thread, but I just used hot glue, which was way easier. And then look how cute the little bra is. It's literally little shells, and then I put a little connection. If it is too big, I'm just gonna bring in the middle part and it should be fine. But I added pearls here too. And then here's the little headband. The starfish is actually part of the pattern that I use for the bra. And then I used a separate tutorial for this headband part, and I just stitched it together and then added a pearl. And then I did add these little chains to make it easier to kind of adjust the headband on the baby. It might be a little bit too big, but we shall see. But yeah, this is the outfit. Today I'm gonna try to crochet maybe a little bit more of the Easter items that I have, but yeah, we will see. I hope you guys liked a little bit of the clips that I showed. I definitely want to do more videos with crochet content, talking about the business that I want to start, my research, Etsy, new crochet makes that I want to do, and things like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.